I've gone a tad lighter there, so I've just gone right down into the horizon point, between those benches there, the wood between the slats of the benches, and then coming round, and then we can start so I'll say from about this point it's going to get distinctly darker, so we are going to mix a little bit more blue. You see that? And it's already darkened quite a bit more blue, a bit more magenta, so it's a bit darker. Keep wiping your brush. If you go into a slightly different colour, keep wiping your brush, you don't get the remnants of the previous tone on your brush. And I'm going to use that slightly duller pink, come up a bit higher. And that's scumbling across there. And that's mixing into that previous blue really nice. With acrylic it is nice to do this effect because it dries so quickly. It's hard to get those fades unless you have wet on wet and you can mix between the two, but it's hard to keep two tones wet simultaneously, so it's probably best to use this technique where you're scumbling and then you get that mixture as that wet paint dries on top of the previous tone, and then you get that purpley colour. That's why you get these purpley hues coming up here. Just keep reminding yourself to just heighten the colour just below there on the horizon, so it feels like it is fading up as opposed to just randomly. And then scumbling up here as well. And then you should have maybe more of an even balance of purple. And then you got a bit of a sunset going on now. And then we've got a couple of other colours over here with these lighter pinks. I'm just going to fill in here, next to the lamppost there, so it's next to the other grey we did earlier. We'll go right next to the lamppost like that. Again, you can, all this foreground stuff you can go over again with more vitality later on. Anything in the foreground has to be obviously the last touched up things because they're in front of it. And then we've got this last pinky bit, that's a little bit more blue. Keep looking at your reference as well, because this is, because we started easy and we are using very similar colours to the original, we're just contrasting them. You can just, a lot of the time, use the photo for direct reference of what the colour is. The only difference is I can see really is we've just added a lot more pinks and purples to the composition while the actual image is just very blue. Yeah, I think that looks all right. And what I would probably do, I'll get rid of that blue there. That looks a little bit out of place, that blue. So what I've done, I've just created a purpley colour. Might desaturate it a little bit, the black. Be careful with the black, you don't want to. white way again. Just getting rid of that blue. And the last things you could look at when doing this horizon, we've got like obviously intensity of the pink, but you can just go back and get that pink again. Get used to obviously mixing these colours on the palette, because again they will dry out, and you don't necessarily need loads of bulk paint because you're not painting all over, you're just using certain sections. So so again, the magenta, bit of the Prussian blue and the white, and you have quite an intense pink there, and some of that pink you can just, it might be a bit too intense, I'll just dull it down a little bit. There you go. We're going to go in between the some of the branches there, very subtly like that. And just be aware that because it's inside the branches, it's not going to be as light as the tones of the clear sky. So what I'm doing, I've just taken that pink and I've just done it with that greyish purpley colour above on my palette. I'm just going to go over that again. So I've got that pink, but I'm just dulling it a little bit. Like that. Yeah, I think that's okay. And yeah, I think what we're going to do in the next video, I think we're just going to start targeting the water, the clouds, the lighter rocks on the left hand side. Yeah, so we're just going to keep going brighter, and we're going to keep to this colour theme with the pinks. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you.